Hey guys, I am back with a bit of a different video today. I've been watching a lot of videos from crafty YouTubers where they talk about crafting supplies that they would not miss if they hadn't bought them, and then on the opposite, crafting supplies that they would miss if they hadn't bought them. It's more of like a purchasing regret video. It's not like this is a terrible product, it's just I don't use this product, or I don't use this product nearly as much as I had anticipated I would. And I thought that would be an interesting video to do, and so would the stuff I would miss. So this is my craft supplies I wouldn't miss if I hadn't bought them video. So the first few, I'm just going to keep this sign here instead of showing you them because they're buried in my craft room or whatever, and I didn't have the time or the energy to dig them out. So these first two don't have visual examples. The first one is alpha stickers. I have lots of alpha stickers. I never use them. It's one of those things I've pretty much stopped buying. I just never use them. I would much rather just use a sticker that has a sentiment on it, or a stamp out the sentiment, than try to spell it out letter by letter with stickers that I'm probably not going to lie down straight. They don't work for me. Along those same lines, cutesy animal stickers. You know, like especially at Dollar Tree or Dollarama when you see like really cute stickers of dogs or cats or sloths or whatever, and they're adorable, so they're very tempting. And when I was going through my spending crazy time from like mid 2017 to mid 2018, I bought so many cutesy stickers. I also won some in giveaways and stuff like that. I have a bunch from when I had a Sticky Club subscription, and like they're very cute and they're very adorable, but I don't use them, so there's no point, even though they're adorable. I do have some that I'm pretty sure I can use with some paper pads I have now, and I have been eyeing that kawaii hot buy paper pad. That's a hard sentence to say. Kawaii hot buy paper pad at Michael's for a while now because it's got corgis and stuff in it, and I have all these corgi stickers for some reason. And then the biggest category, which I definitely wasn't going to post about for, was basically any paper that isn't a 12x12 paper pad or 12x12 collection kit. I found the 12x12 paper is just the easiest for me to use for making various projects of various sizes. The smaller sizes do have their place, but for me I feel like 12x12 gives me more versatility because you can always cut paper down. You can't expand it. You know, I can cut a 12x12 down to a 6x6. I can't expand a 6x6 to a 12x12. So for me, in like the majority of cases, 12x12 is the better size. I have 6x6 pads. I have some 8x8 and 6x8 pads. I need to work through those, but I rarely ever buy them anymore. Along those same lines, I'm finding that collection kits and 12x12 paper pads with paper all coordinates works way better with how I craft. So I have a bunch of loose paper that I purchased, like from the loose paper section of Michael's. Very pretty or cute paper. Have yet to use it. I also made the terrible mistake of 2 or 3 times buying the big 180 sheet 12x12 pads. When they're that thick, the paper quality is really bad. I didn't realize that at the time. I didn't really care about the paper quality at the time. I bought those pads because here in Canada anyways, our hot buy paper pads are always $12. I know in the States the hot buy paper pads are like $30, except when they go on hot buy sale and then they're like $5, which is nuts. But here they're always $12, and on very, very, very rare occasion they go on for buy one get one or buy two get one. But other than that, they're always $12. They're the everyday value is what they call it here. But then they have the non-hot buy pads. They are $30, and there are 48 sheet pads, which are what usually is what it's in the hot buy section is the 48 sheet pads. There's the $30 48 sheet pads, and then there's also the 180 sheet pads. And on the rare occasion that those $30 pads would go on sale for half price, I'd run over and buy one of these 180 sheet pads, looking at it as, why would I spend $15 on a 48 sheet pad when I can go over to the hot buy section and spend $12, or I can spend $15 on 180 sheets? Well, of course, like I said, the paper quality in the 180 sheet pad is like thin copy paper. The paper in the 48 sheet pads is more like cardstock usually. Again, I didn't really notice or care at the time. Now I do. So in hindsight, it would have made more sense to just buy hot buy pads or whatever. So I have all this thin copy paper type paper, and all those big pads I tore up and sorted by color into my drawers where all my loose paper is. So that's added to my loose paper collection. So all that rambling aside, 12x12 cardstock quality paper in a paper pad or a collection kit, those work the best for my crafting style. The smaller pads have their place, but I rarely use them. And the loose sheets and thin paper I never use, and I regret buying. And I hope I use them up before I die. So next on my list is washi tape. I love washi tape. I have like 200 plus rolls of washi tape. I never use it. I do use it more when I'm getting decorative in my bullet journal. That's what got me started with buying it. I know I mentioned in my crafty goals videos the first one anyways, that I want to work on using my washi because I am not using it. And I thought, well, maybe if I pull out less washi, because I would pull out like everything that could possibly coordinate with what I'm going to be working with, and then I rarely use it. So I'm like, okay, I'll pull out 3 Valentine's rolls, and I'll keep it with all my other embellishments and stuff that I have pulled out, and then maybe I'll use it. Yeah, I haven't touched it. I mean, I love it. I have so much beautiful washi, and I never use it. The good thing is I have long since stopped myself from buying it, even when it's on sale, even if it's on clearance. I don't intend to buy any more of anytime soon, and I probably wouldn't miss 99% of them if I hadn't bought them. Next up is large ribbon, like the wired ribbon. Like, this is wired. This ribbon here is wired. Like, I love this pattern. This ribbon is gorgeous. This was actually one of those ones. It's a Michael's roll, but I found it at Dollarama for $1. I assume the franchise owner must have purchased a grab bag or something, because the year was the year that I found all this Michael's stuff. There was some like Hobby Lobby stuff there. It was very weird. But that one Valentine's year, yeah, they had all this Michael's stuff for really cheap, and I picked up 2 or 3 rolls of ribbon for $1 each that were Michael's ribbon. I love this pattern. It's gorgeous, but I think I only used it when I did a Valentine's swap, and I think I kind of wrapped the pocket letter in the ribbon, because the wired ribbon I think is more for like making home decor, and I don't do that. When I use ribbon, I typically use the skinny stuff to use as closures on, you know, mini albums or whatever. Now this one I would say is probably the closest I have to a I don't like this product addition to this list. I personally don't think this product works well. It's the Marvy Jewel Picker. It's Marvy spelled M-A-R-V-Y. It's probably the most common jewel picker if you searched on Amazon or whatever. If I had done some research, I wouldn't have picked this one up, because it seems like a lot of people, not everyone, I know some people really like this tool. For a lot of people, like, it's barely sticky. I find the large end here is stickier. The small little red end has like no sticky to it. I don't remember the last time I used this, because I rarely can pick stuff up with this end. I've looked into the ways to make it stickier and things like that. From what I've seen, some people who do they take a pokey tool and they put some sticky tack on the end. Those work better than this does. So I'm not anti-jewel picker, I'm anti the specific jewel picker. If anyone has any recommendations for a better jewel picker, please feel free to let me know. Another item is decorative scissors. I only have these 3, thankfully. They're Forever and Time brand. They were like $1.50 or something each. You might even be able to tell there's dust all over them because I never use them. The biggest reason I never use them is I can't cut straight to save my life. That's why I have paper trimmers. Even on paper trimmers, I don't cut lines straight. So trying to cut freehand with decorative scissors is just a mess. Half the time I forget that you need to use them with the pattern facing up, so then I cut the pattern backwards. These were a waste of money. And finally, the last item on my list of craft supplies that I would not miss if I hadn't bought them, aka purchasing regrets, are character and coloring stamps. And this ugly sweater themed stamp set, and I got it mostly for the Feliz Navidad and the Merry Christmas, because they're really cute, but I never use them. Like, this is pretty much the only stamp in this that you might be able to use without any of these other stamps. Or like if I had, I mean, this could work, I guess, too, for sentiment, but like I would need a cheap themed paper or something to go with this. And then this is all ugly sweater stuff, and I don't have any like ugly sweater paper, and it's very cute, but I have yet to use it because it's not something I have anything else to use with it. Basically, I found when I get stamps, I want stuff with sentiments that I can use. And I have quite a few stamp sets like that where I picked them up because I thought they were cute, not realizing that like there's this whole coloring thing that goes with it, and I don't color. And that's my current list of craft supplies that I would not miss if I hadn't purchased them. Again, they're not, these products suck, they're just, these products don't work for me, except for the jewel picker. That particular jewel picker does not work for me, and for quite a few other people, apparently. Other than that, nothing wrong with any of the other products I mentioned here. They just don't work for me and my crafting style personally. I'm gonna be back at some point with the reverse of this video, items that I would miss if I hadn't purchased them. Until then, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Please give it a share, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and click that little bell in the corner to be notified when I next upload a video. And I will see you guys in the next one.